I had a really pleasant surprise earlier this week. I went out to my mailbox, and in the midst of all the usual bills and catalogs from Land's End and this and that, I found out that I could play the $50,000 Riches scratch-off. It's really cool. I mean, this just popped out of my mailbox. It's full size. I can't help. I do a lot of bulk mailings myself. I can't help but wonder how much it costs to mail this. I don't know if you can see it from back there, but there's this cool little box here, and if you pull off the tab, it shows you your magic code number. Unique to me, Rudi Harst, personally addressed to me. I love that part. And it's, I don't know if you can see it from back there, but it's the rich LED lights, and it's 5387196, my number. And if I scratched off the 7 things and it matched, then I had a chance to win $50,000. And I scratched off all 7, and guess what? All 7 matched the magic number. Yes! Yes! And then all I had to do was call immediately 830-256-0644 and enter this code, 33904097. And then I found out that, yes, my numbers matched. And I was eligible to win. And all I had to do was come to the car dealership in Floresville and present my magic code number that matched exactly. The 7 digits there matched the 7 digits there. And then I have a chance to scratch off 6 more numbers at the dealership, and if the 6 out of the 30 that I scratch match, then I might win 2 lottery tickets. Hurry on down. But the real deal, of course, is then if I go and present my certificate, then I get $2,000 off the car of my dreams. Layers of promises. That if only my numbers will match, and if only the code that I enter in on the phone matches the numbers here, and if only I can scratch the right things, then I will get something that makes me really happy. I much preferred the other piece of mail that came. It was, I didn't save that one. It said, I was pre-approved for a credit line of up to $25,000. Pre-approved. I didn't have to do anything. I like that. But again, that pre-approval was conditional on me sending in my income statement, and conditional on my credit history, and conditional on me having behaved in a certain way in accordance with the financial system in which you and I operate. Like with the songs of Wolverton, what you see is not necessarily what you get. In the layers of looking, I choose to see that there's nothing I need to do to win the big prize. I choose to see that just being here, being alive, is the big prize. And it's not conditional on me scratching off the magic code. And it's not conditional on me driving to Floresville. And it's not conditional on me satisfying the salesman's pre-screening of my credit history. Because I am pre-approved. As a child of God, as one who understands that all of life is conspiring to support me in an ongoing process of evolution, I understand I am pre-approved, free from any conditions, free of whatever I have done before. I am pre-approved to be as fully human and alive and loving as I dare to be. Wherein lies the key. Because I forget from time and time again, I'm seeking approval from somebody else to please let me be eligible to maybe scratch off, to maybe win, to maybe get what I'll have, so then I'll be happy. And again, I gather with you and gather with my teachers and gather with my books to remind me that I don't need you, and I don't need my teachers, and I don't need my books, and I certainly don't need the car dealership in Floresville to give me the big prize. I was really happy to see on the altar this morning this wonderful reminder to say your prayers, because it also reminded me that everything I do, every thought I think is in fact a prayer. And the universe always says yes. So if I pray, please can I have a shiny new car from the dealership in Floresville, and please can it be the car of my dreams on terms I can afford, please because I need that car, the universe says yes, okay, you need that car. You won't be happy till you get it. And if I say, I am perfect, whole, and complete, just as I am, without a car, without anything out there, the universe says yes. If I think that I really have to have a new partner, if I think that I really have to have my son behave in a particular way, if I think that my body has to look some way before I'm approved, the universe says, yes, you will not be approved until your son acts a particular way, until your body looks a particular way, until you have the particular bank account. Because the universe, God, always says yes to my prayers. So the question I ask myself, and you're eavesdropping in on my conversation with me this morning, the question I ask myself is, how can I remember when I forget? And the answer is very simply, by getting out of myself and looking at you, and you, and you, and you. Because as I look at you, I see reflected back to me incredible wisdom and beauty and love. I look at myself, I can forget because I'm covered in those old layers of old conditioning of needing to be pre-approved and needing. But as I look at you, it's real easy to see how amazingly complex and mysterious and intelligent and beautiful and handsome you are. But that's reflected back to me. The other reminder that I am given at every moment in my life is a reminder to be in touch with my breath and feel the miracle of it. And if you doubt that, just try having allergies for a while. And then you remember, God, if I could just breathe. And then 3 days later, when you do in fact breathe, you forget about it all again. You forget what an incredible miracle is to be able to breathe, not just on the physical level, to have oxygen come and bathe the cells of my body, but on the metaphysical level, because the breath is spirit. The ancient Greek word spiritus, the Greek for breath is the same as the word for God. And that's not an accident. Indians knew it, the ancient Indians knew that prana, breath, were fit together. The people in China and Japan knew for 2,000 years that qi, ki, the free flow of energy, was intimately connected to breath. It's only you and I that in the last 100 years have gotten so detached from our bodies, so detached from the earth, that we've forgotten the vital importance of breath as an integral part of life. And so, in a few minutes, I'm going to invite you to join me in a little meditation process. And in that meditation process, I'll invite you to breathe with me. And in that meditation process, I'm going to invite you to remember not only that you could win, but that you do win. You have won just by showing up here this morning to be reminded and to remind me of the truth of who we really are. It's easy to forget. We gather as a team to remember. That's what these songs, that's what these prayers and poems with the bread and the candles, the altar, they're all here just to remind us of what you already knew. It didn't need any reminder, but it just helps. I'd like for you to take a moment before we start the meditation process, just to feel how easy it is to feel alone and separate and less than and not enough. How easy it is to let the world convince you that you need a break today. And then to take just that small step and see how easy it is to feel that you are enough and that you aren't alone and that you have a break today. It's just a very small step in consciousness, and it's connected to breath and a willingness to look around yourself and see other people, see the beauty of the garden. Look outside of yourself, outside of myself, outside of my blinders, outside of the fingertip consciousness, and out into the world. In Tai Chi, an integral part of the opening posture that I've been practicing for about the last 30 years, 28 years now, involves literally looking at the fingers up in front of my face and look at them for just a minute, and then to look beyond the fingers into the world. And all too often in our day-to-day life, it's easy to, I need manicure. I should have washed my nails. I need to get this ring fixed. But if I look beyond the fingers and look not just at beautiful Zet sitting over there, not just at the painting in the hallway, not just the garden over there, but look beyond it to embrace all of life. And then to feel that embraced here in my arms. Can you see the difference between just focusing on the fingers and then focusing over there where there's a pretty painting, the pretty person, and look to all of life, and then to embrace it here. Embrace it right here. That's what I'm asking you to do. When I play my little flute and lead in the meditation, that's all I'm inviting you. Whatever the higher power of your understanding or of no understanding whatsoever, just come to this minute of being something more than the smallness, and open to the bigness of who we truly are. Come, let's remember together. With eyes open or eyes closed, with heart wide open, full of energy, or a heart that's cracked and bleeding and just barely holding on for dear life. Won't you come to this moment with a willingness to embrace more, with a willingness to remember that you are pre-approved and that there is no limit to the resources, to the credit that life chooses to give you. Feel that in this moment, there is nothing you need to do to earn it or deserve it or make it happen. There is just this process of seeing beyond the fingertip consciousness to embrace all of life, past, present, and future. Whatever you may have done yesterday or 10 years ago or this morning is past. And in the fullness of this present moment, You're invited to open to the highest, fullest, widest you can imagine. And then open a bit more beyond your imagination into divine imagination, into the fullness of universal consciousness, the one light, the one love. If that's fully and readily available to you, wonderful. If you find your mind drifting off to other thoughts, to saying, yeah, but, simply breathe. Simply come back to this willingness. Now. And now. And now. Each moment a brand new invitation to say yes. Yes. And from this place of peace and power, won't you take a few moments to remember that this is not just for you, but for the highest good of all. Take a moment to send forth your love, your blessing, your affirmation to another person, persons, or situation. Feel that the blessings pouring down on you are poured down equally on every being, the two-leggeds and the four-leggeds, the sentient ones and those who stand tall for centuries on end, all imbued with the same life force, this blessing. That as you send your love, your prayer, your affirmation out to another person, situation, you magnify and multiply this energy, this field of possibility moving into the world. And as you send it out, it must be reflected back to you, for as you give, you shall receive. As you love, you are loved. As you bless, you are blessed. It is the law. And breathe in your willingness to receive this love reflected back to you, this light, this goodness, this grace upon grace upon grace. And having received more, you have more to send out into the world. So perhaps open yourself a bit wider and send your blessing to all of creation, all beings everywhere. Those who live in peace and plenty, those who live in conditions of war and poverty, all are blessed by your willingness to be an instrument of peace. We are stardust. We are golden. And we are in the garden now. May you, may we, and all beings be blessed by your willingness to remember and experience this. And so it is. Amen.